Hello and welcome to this video about an introduction to Demon, a monster collection roguelike. My name is Lucky Luck Luke, and today we're going to be doing an introduction to this pretty cool game. So what is a Demon all about? So Demon is a indie game which is constantly being updated. It's mostly made by Irby Palan, aka Ferret Dev. The game can be obtained at his website, which is demon.ferretdev.org. The game is free and, like I said, constantly being updated, and it's mostly created by Irby himself, Ferret Dev himself. Um, yeah, so what does Monster Collection Roguelike exactly mean? What's this game all about? So this game mostly relies on building a small party of allies that you find within a tower. And the goal of the game is to get to floor 20 on this tower for now. The goal of the game could change or it could get higher. I'm pretty sure that's actually just around the corner. But there isn't much lore in this game, like most roguelikes, how most roguelikes should be. Um, yeah, so like I said, the gameplay relies a lot about having a small party of allies, and you don't directly control these allies. Um, they behave on AI, and the AI is actually very well programmed, especially for a small game like this. So that's one of the biggest strengths of this game is the AI of your allies. Now, there are some random elements in this game, not too many. There's no clock in this game, which means there's not much pressure on you to push forward, like some other traditional roguelikes. But let's get started into what this game looks like and what it's all about. So this is the first screen that you will see when you launch the game. Oh, and I will provide the link down below for this game, so don't worry about the URL. Just make sure you check the website, download the game if you're interested, try it out, and post on the forums what your thoughts are, or if you have any recommendations or suggestions on this game. The developer will certainly appreciate. A lot of this game's development goes through the community. I myself have made suggestions, and the developer has quickly said, "Wow, that's a good idea. Let's do it," and he throws it in there. And I was like, "Nice!" So it's really nice to see that type of interaction, direct interaction with the developer, and I'm sure if you come up with some ideas of this game to make it better, he will definitely consider it and maybe even add it. So, this is the first screen that you'll see. So there are, seven different, we call them relics. Each character starts with a relic. Each relic has two starting skills, but let's not get into that. So each character, how do these how do these characters differ? So these characters differ by your starting skills and your starting stats, and your relic starts with two passive skills. So for example, if we click on let's say Titan's Fist, so Titan's Fist will have um, four abilities to start with. You can choose the top one, which it'll be like Sure Slice, which is like a physical attack, and a passive skill, which is counterattack, in which, self-explanatory, you hit them when they hit you. So you can choose any one of these, and then once you choose one of these, you'll be able to choose one more extra bonus ability. So you'll start with three abilities. This is the same for everyone. Each class has its own options. So as you can see, a lot of the fun of this game is making builds. There's a lot of different builds out there, a lot of different types of damage, a lot of synergies, all kinds of really neat stuff you can do. There's you can debuff, you can heal, you can damage, you can control, you can do fire, ice, electrical, melee, etc., etc. Lots of options, which is lots of fun and makes the replayability of this game excellent. Now, so for this introduction, we're going to pick this here, Eye of the Dragon, and going to go Electricity. So what skills do we start with? We start with Shocking Spear and Storm Breath. I'll go into detail with these in a few moments. Now we get to pick one other skill, and we're going to pick Bull Rush. And again, we're going to go into details as to what Bull Rush does shortly. Okay, now you start with a random ally. Not a random ally. You choose an ally that you want to start with. For this, most of them are decent. Some of them are not so good. But for this, we're not going to get into details as which one you should or shouldn't take in this video. We are just going to pick Red Cap for now. But most of these are viable starts. Some of them not so much, but most of them are. So here's our character. This is, we haven't named our character yet. So there are 5 stats for you and every demon. There's Strength, Magic, Vitality, Agility, and Cunning. All pretty self-explanatory, but we'll go into details in explaining what each of these skills do. We have HP up here, which is your health. We have SP, which is, I guess, skill points, I think, and which is basically like mana, or each skill has an SP cost associated with it. And your base speed. So strength. Strength increases the power of physical attacks and your defense against damage. Magic increases the damage of magical attacks and healing. Vitality increases your max health and your chance to resist negative effects. Agility is accuracy and evasion, and cunning increases your chance of landing negative effects. Let's go to the next page. So if you go to the next page, you can use the arrow keys to go to the next page. This is our basic attack. Is just when you bump into people, this is what you'll do: a 55 power impact attack. I think traits are not added in the game yet, so there's nothing there. And these are your relic upgrades. Each starting character will have different ones. The ones we have here is item sense and Sepi. Basically, these two. Sepi, you just get more money, aka credits, and item sense, you can see items and you can safely explore corpses, I believe. No, you get additional items in searching corpses. So, yeah, that's it for now. So we're gonna call ourselves Lucky, and this is the first starting screen. So the dungeons are randomly generated. The enemies will differ a bit in each floor. Like each floor, as you go deeper or higher, I should say, you'll see new demons. There's a fair amount of demons. I think there's at least 52 demons, and there are actually 20 something more coming in real soon. So the amount of enemies in this game is pretty impressive for an indie game, especially. So let's have a look at our little demon here first of all. This is us in the middle, Lucky. As you can see, we have resistances and weaknesses, which is because of the crown or the relic that we started with. We're resistant against electricity, we're weak against ice. The red cap here, which is our ally, he resists body attacks, weak against electricity, and weak against light. So let's see what our demon's all about. So here, demon also has like stats. This guy has good strength. And these are the skills he starts with. Is Feral Claw, it's a melee attack. Throw rock, pretty self-explanatory, he throws a rock. Intent, which is like a buff to give his accuracy up, and dash, which is a mobility skill. And each little thing will have some lore. A lot of the characters and demons in this game are based on real world lore. For example, it's a European creature, murderous intent, etc. So it's based on like real world fantasies and fairy lore and etc. Right. Okay. So before I get into explaining all these buttons here, I want to show you. These are for what I will explain is these are our skills right here. I want to show you just some quick combat and how you get new skills and new demons. These little things on the ground here are just basically money. So if you mouse over it, it'll explain briefly what it does. So if we step over it, we get a bit of money over here. We have 53 credits. Credits is used for various things. You'll go through that shortly. So let's try to find our first encounter here. So you move around the map with traditional roguelike style with the numpads, and also you can use the mouse to click around. You should try to not use the mouse as much as you can, and just try to get used to the keyboard controls as soon as you can. It just makes the game much more enjoyable. So this is our first encounter. We have 2 goblins coming straight at us. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get one of these demons here, but let's have a look. So here's how you get new demons. There's a button down here. Also on your keyboard it will be A, activate link. So we're going to do that. So each demon you encounter has its own ways on how you obtain it. This goblin here to succeed, we have to succeed in negotiation, and if we fail, then we fail. So we're going to try to negotiate with this goblin here and see if we can get him to join our team. This is the negotiation screen. So we need the approval to get the 4 without it running out of patience. So it's going to demand various things from us. What? You want to talk to me? I guess that's okay. What's your name? Alright, identify yourself. Nice to meet you. So he likes our name, apparently, so he approves. Why did you bring your friends to talk to me? Are you trying to scare me? Send them away. So we're going to unsummon our allies. So that we unsummon our allies. He approves. He's like, okay, cool. He wants some money. So we can try to haggle him down. Let's try to haggle him down, see what happens. We didn't like that, but he didn't lose patience, so we'll pay the price. We'll try again. And now he wants a heal stone, which is, I guess we started with a few heal stones. So we'll give him a heal stone. And he approves, and now he says, I guess I got enough stuff out of you that we can be friends now. Cool. Simple as that. Sometimes linking with demons is way harder than that. This is the tower one, so it's not very difficult. So we have a new demon. Alright. Now, let's go through all these buttons down the bottom right here. So the first button here is summon. We're actually going to use that right now. Summon a demon from your stock into the world. You may have up to 3 demons at a time. Here we go. So we're going to summon the red cap again. Let's get him out here. Let's get him back out here. Boom. So he's back. So it takes a turn to summon. So dismiss, which is also D. We can unsummon a demon to send him back to our stable, as it's called in this game. But we're not going to do that because we want to keep him out, but the option is there. A is activate link, which is the button we just did to obtain the demon, which is A. We can't do that on this demon because, as you can see on the top, it says you already have one of this demon. Alright. Examine. You can examine what the enemies look like. You can also do this simply by right-clicking. That's usually what I do to examine. You just right-click on an ally or an enemy or yourself, and you will enter into the examine screen. And from the examine screen, like mentioned before, you can go to the right and to the left to see more information. Alright, command. This is the only way you can control your demons. You can't tell your demons to directly attack, like use a specific skill at a specific time. It's all AI. The only thing you can do is say, hey, kill this target. That's all you can do. You shout and point at the goblin. That's all you can do. So you can just tell them to focus a certain target, and that's it. And if you don't do that, then they'll just use AI to target their best enemy, which the AI is pretty smart, and usually it'll target whoever is the biggest threat, or whoever it can deal the most damage to. Here is use items, so you pick up items along the way. I think we started with a couple heal stones. Heal stones, self-explanatory, just heal yourself, and there's often a whole slew of items. There's no gear or equipment in this game, one thing to note. But there are items that you can use in combat. Rest, what rest simply does is you rest until you're fully healed. Again, there's no time clock in this game, so you feel free to rest in between every single fight. Explore, you can auto-explore. We'll get into that after this fight. Makes exploring dungeons quickly. V is view party. You'll use that a lot. So here you can check out your party, see what they're all about, and yeah, you just view your party. So, transmutations. We're going to go a bit more into detail into this screen briefly. This is how you can start copying abilities, which is what makes the game really interesting. Delete abilities, etc. We're not going to get into this just yet. We're going to pick up a bit, try to get a bit more money, so I can show you exactly what you can do. View map shows the map of the floor. The mini map is usually good enough, so you usually don't go into that. Save, pretty self-exploring, and help. Here there's the help. A pretty good in-game help document. We're not going to go through all this in this video, but make sure you check that out after you played a bit and really want to learn the game, the ins and outs. There's lots to learn there. All right, so let's do this combat here. So what are our skills here? We have Storm Breath, which is an AoE attack with a large cooldown and pretty expensive. It costs 30 SP. We have 100 SP. So let's open up with the Storm Breath. It's only going to hit one target, but it's fine. Alright. So he's a bit out of range here. Our other skill we picked up to start is Bull Rush. He's actually too close. If you look at the skill itself, it says a range. It's a little, it's right here. I can't really mouse over it, but you see the little sign here, which is U, and then there's a range of which the bull rush works. So it doesn't work if they're too close, and it only works if they're like 4 to 6 tiles away, I guess, or something like that. And shocking spear, as you can see, it's 2 tiles away, but diagonally counts as 2 squares. So we're going to get a bit closer. So our main skill is Shocking Spear, which is 85 power attack, split between Pierce and Electricity, and has a chance to shock. Costs 20 SP, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And little jerk is dodging a lot of our attacks. Goblins are pretty dodgy. Let's show Bull Rush here. So we step back, and we're going to try to Bull Rush into the Goblin. And we missed. Okay. So if we hit, we would have stunned him, but we missed. So yeah, goblins have very high agility, as you can see, and so because of that, they're dodging a lot of our attacks. They also have like some dodge skills. Alright, let's summon the demon, hitting S, and then we're going to hit R to rest. Rest till we get the full. Okay, while we're resting, some enemies came who patrol around a bit, got into our view. Alright, so there's some new demons here. Gandayas, they're resistant against electricity, which is kind of bad news for us. So we're going to charge into this guy here. We got the stun off. We're going to kill one. Use the shock. So our allies, as you can see, are automatically attacking using their skills. This demon here, the goblin in the back, can't really get in to help because we're blocking him off, unfortunately. So now we're going to try to obtain this demon. Now how do you get this demon? Very, very simple to get this one. All you got to do is wait 20 turns, and you fail if you do anything. So it's like you have a staring competition with them. So we're going to rest for a couple turns. There you go. Simple as that. Got him. We also leveled up. Okay. When you level up, mostly all you get are skill ups. So we're just going to put some points in the strength and magic, skill points, and then that's it. Your demons will level up as you level up as well. I'm not sure exactly how the XP is gained, but you know. Alright, so here is a corpse. Corpses you can search. We're not going to do it really right now, but well, I guess we can search one. Yeah, so you can search, and sometimes you find stuff, sometimes you don't find stuff. But sometimes you find dangerous things. One of the cool elements of this game is there's an online feature now that if you search a corpse, there's a chance that you will fight another failed summoner, another player who has died. I have actually recently came across and fought my own dead summoners, and I almost died to one. So pretty cool concept and pretty neat idea. So we got another fight here. 2 Gandayas. We charge in, we stun one, we storm breath. Hit them both with our breath. We can swap positions with our demon here to send our other demon into fight. So now we're sitting in the back, which is actually fine because we have I just realized we have Shocking Spear, which we can attack past our own allies because it doesn't hit allies. So we're probably better off being in the back here. Alright, our demon's in a little bit of trouble, but we're fine. Now, okay, so we got a bit of credits now. Now, what can we do with credits? So here comes the kind of the coolest thing of this game. So you can copy ability. So what we want to do is, let's say we want to learn a new skill here. Unfortunately, we don't have the credits to copy to ourselves. But if we wanted to, so I'll just show you. Let's say we want to copy a skill from. We see one of our demons has a really cool skill, and we want to copy it to either ourselves, but we don't have enough money, so we won't go through that right now. To another demon. So we're going to copy a skill from the red cap. Let's copy throw rock. It's going to cost some money. Do you want to teach it to the goblin? I'm going to say yes. Okay, what did that do exactly? Well, now goblin has throw rock skills, so they'll both be able to throw rocks. So this is how you power up your team, get them stronger, and build your team as you think it's fit to survive to floor 20. Other skills, things you can do is fuse demons. Fuse demons is a bit complicated. I'm not going to go too much into details, but basically, if I had the money, I could fuse the 2 goblins together with a very high price. And what would happen is that it would basically become stronger. It obtains the prefix of the other demon. See, this demon is violent, so if I fuse the goblin onto the red cap would become a violent red cap. and his stats will change a bit. He'll gain 2 new random skills from the violent tree, 2 random skills, and he'll basically become a bit stronger as well. Like, yeah, so as you can see here, this is how his stats will change. He'll get like less. He'll get less cunning, but he'll get more strength. He'll get more health. So it's kind of a trade-off. Yeah, usually overall you become stronger. Some fuses are not good ideas. Some are great ideas. Okay, you can restore a demon. So if a demon dies, you can resurrect from the dead at a very high price, which is I think just fine. You can delete a demon, self-explanatory. And there's the Codex Demonium, which is basically a book of all the possible demons. As you can see, this is all the demons that I have currently summoned through my playthroughs, and there's a lot I haven't. So yeah. Okay. Now, one of the things there's probably a button missing down here that I feel like they should have added. There is an options screen. Uh, you can find this out by going to the control reference in the help document, hitting 0. So here, in this screen here, is probably one of the first things you check out in the help document. Just kind of like all of the things you could possibly do. I've gone through most of these already, but there are a few hidden things you can do that aren't buttons down there or whatever. And the most important one out of this list is probably the options screen. Make sure you check that out. You hit the minus sign to get in there. And then there are some things you can do here that good quality of life stuff. Now, I'm not going to go into details on all this, but here we go. A lot of useful stuff there. Okay. I think that's going to be about it for the introduction to Demon. I might make another video in the near future. Make sure you keep your eyes open, which will be more about how to play this game with like tips and beginner's guide. Yeah, let's call it a beginner's guide to this. I may or may not make another video for this, but I hope you enjoyed my how to play Demon video and the introduction to this game. I strongly recommend you try it out. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about the game and if you played it and what build you've tried, yada yada yada. Also, make sure to check out the Demon forums, and if you have anything telling me you like the game, don't like the game, or whatever, any feedback, I'm sure constructive feedback would be greatly appreciated. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, check me next time. Take care.